is Christina, manifesting for a better life. This channel is. Anyway, it's been a little bit since I've posted. I've just been busy. But I just had an interesting time with my family, and I wanted to talk about that. And one of the things I really got from that and really learned that goes along with this releasing for a better life, because this really is about releasing. If anybody is new to this program that I created, it's really very simple. It's just about releasing what you can't control, releasing everything good and bad that you can't control, and letting God or whatever your source is handle those situations. I basically, for me, I imagine a ball in front of me and I try and put everything that I feel like I can't control into that ball, and then I let it go. And I continue to do this until I have actually released it and no longer am concerned about it. And when you do that, you get back messages or information on ways to get through this and feel better about yourself, feel better about the situation, or even ways to solve things. And that's what these videos that I do are about. They're the information I've gotten back from releasing, which continue to come in strange ways, but they're incredibly helpful, and I share these with you now. And this is also kind of a journal about what I have discovered about it. So anyway, like I said, I had the chance to spend a few days with my family, which I don't do very often. Maybe once every few years do I get to actually see my whole family like that. And I had most of my family, my immediate family, together. And it's amazing. Like, you are this, maybe strong, confident person on your own, and then you spend time with your family and you become kind of a shell of your former self. At least I do. That's what I do. I become like this incompetent person. Every insecurity I have comes bouncing back into my life. And I didn't know what that was about until this last visit with them. And I spent some time with my family, and I realized that what happens when I'm with them for long periods is I quit loving myself. I feel like I haven't lived up to their expectations, and I won't receive their love and approval because I haven't lived up to what they think. Usually it's about my weight. Sometimes it's about how I act or how I feel about things. But it's an amazing transformation I do. I go from being pretty happy with my life and secure and feeling pretty good to feeling actually pretty horrible, and watching myself give and give and give and do everything I can to make these people happy, just to see myself crumble inside. And I came away from this and I realized, if you don't love yourself, no matter what, just love yourself exactly as you are. Even if you're not as thin as you want to be, or as wealthy as you want to be, or as successful as you want to be, you have to start by just loving yourself wholeheartedly, however you are, and find yourself the most beautiful, amazing person who's deserving of everything great. And you have to just do this. You just have to go into it saying, you know what? I'm not perfect, and I'm definitely maybe not everything they expected. Maybe, I've lived up to this life, but I'm really not that person. Whatever the case may be, the reality is you need to come out and say, you know what? I'm okay. I am exactly what I'm supposed to be. I'm perfect in my maker's eyes. I'm perfect in what I've done, and what I have done is amazing. You have to literally just find this love for yourself. You have to believe in who you are, and you have to take time to have gratitude for what you are and who you are. You have to sit and say, you know what? When you're with them, and this can happen at work, this can happen anywhere. For me, it just happens to be when I'm with my family. But you have to step back and just give yourself a moment to breathe and say, you know what? Remind yourself, I worked hard, I've been successful, I have a great relationship. Whatever it is that you have, we all have things we're amazing at. No matter where our life is, we all have things that we've been amazing at. And we need to stop and just remind ourselves of all these great things we are. And this gets us through those moments when we feel horrible about ourselves, or we come out feeling, letting people kind of run over us because we don't feel good about who we are. So just take some time, The same, give those away as well. Just sit back and take a few moments to meditate and think of that ball in front of you and put all the things that are great about you in your life and the things you've accomplished, put them in that ball. Put them in there and then just release them and let them go. And you will be amazed when you spend some time just doing that, what flows out, what is available to you that you didn't even realize about yourself existed. Like you could say simple things like, what, I'm nice. I am a hard worker. I have a beautiful home. I have a great dog. I have, amazing children. Whatever it is you have, we all have these things, whether we realize it or not. It just takes a moment to understand them and to let them go. And then the other piece you need to do is listen to your intuition when you're with these people, because it's amazing what you learn about them with your own intuition. Like you'll sit back and you'll look at someone, like I was looking at, my sister, and I just thought, oh my gosh, I realized things about her I didn't know. My intuition really came in strong, and I was able to see things and understand things about her that I didn't before, because I was so worried about what she thought of me. I didn't realize what my interpretations were of her. Some of those I was really able to let go and say, what, they don't matter. Other things I was able to really talk to her about. Some things were just amazing that I had to share, that my intuition really told me about her that I don't think she realized about herself. And it brought me closer to her. And it does that to everybody when you can spend some time just being. The other thing you can do to get to times like this is to ask your spirit to speak for you and allow what your spirit has to say to just come out. And I know that's complicated because we want to fly off the handle and just say anything, but there's times your spirit really is there for you and has some great points to get across and some great information to give other people. And if you just stop and say, I'm going to let you speak for me this time. I'm going to just be here. I'm your vessel. Talk for me. And it's amazing how you don't speak in terrible terms. You speak in really honest, open terms. And you really might give some great information to people that they didn't realize. And you might, when you listen to your intuition and listen to your spirits, it's amazing the information that is available to you that you didn't realize. All of a sudden, things will be said that you didn't realize, that you knew but you hadn't let come out. But because you listened, use your intuition, and you use your spirits, you were able to get that information clear in your head, and you're able to give that to the other person, and you may change their lives. Now, I'm not saying, that could come out the wrong way too. People can just fly off the handle and think they know everything. I'm not saying that. You have to really feel this when you do it. And if you release this other stuff and really just take a breath and let this stuff come out, you'll find that you say appropriate things, kind things, and truthful things, but that are not mean or harsh, that are very open. And it's a beautiful sensation. It's a beautiful thing. And you realize that these things are meant to help the other person, not hurt the other person, which is important, because you're not out to hurt people. You're out to be a voice. And, for me, it's tough because I was the youngest child, and that kind of plagued my relationship with my siblings and my parents, because I will always be thought of as this, little girl, youngest child who needs help. And it was me. There were a lot of not mistakes, but there were a lot of things I did in my life that, I don't know if it justifies it, but it definitely corresponds with why they feel that about me. But, in the end, I had to find my voice and find the adult in me and find this intuition and this spirit and let that come out. And, I was able to really make connections with people I had never been able to make before. And it was amazing. It was beautiful. And I don't know if I gained respect. It doesn't really matter, because I gained respect for me. I feel better about who I am, and I feel better about having spoke. And what was amazing about these events, that when I talk to people, usually when in my family, when you confront somebody or talk to them about anything, it becomes a fight. My family, it's a strong thing. We're known to fight a lot. And this time, because I really made sure that it was my spirit talking and not me, and that it was my intuition, my spirit, and it was a whole higher entity than myself, there was no fighting. There was no yelling. And I'm not saying that I'm this supernatural person. This is something we all have. We all have the ability to talk to our spirits, and we all have the ability to really open up to the intuition that has so much to tell us. And we're able to talk to people and talk to people in a way that doesn't start conflict, but actually starts helping people and helps resolve issues and helps everybody. So anyway, that's it for this week. I appreciate you always tuning in, and thank you so much for your continued support. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Bye-bye.